Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Homeless surfer here, Destry Wade. Glad to have you back with us. It was a tough day yesterday. Dealing with my mom's loss has not been easy, but we're going to get through it. Best part of the hard part of life is just getting through life, but we're going to keep moving. But it made me go through things that I'd written, stuff that I was thinking throughout time. I've always kept writing stuff. In fact, I got stacks and stacks of writing, which is why it's so easy to write these books because they've just been building up for years. And so I was going through all these things, just reflecting, like I think most people do when they go through that process of mourning. But one more time, my mom was awesome. What a great lady. But as I was going through things, I ran into a couple poems that I had written when I was living on the street, and it kind of gives more of a deep feelings of what we're going through out there and kind of what we're seeing. So I'm going to share it with you. I don't share my poetry a lot, other than with the girls that I used to like. I used to write them poems. Yeah, I was that guy, but they weren't bad poems. Everybody seemed to like them. I got one published actually once. So anyway, this is how it goes. I had a friend die today. He left this earth in the usual way. For a homeless junkie, he was okay. He stole and robbed all day, cried all night, crying alone, "Dear God, why is this my plight?" Wondering every day, how much more can I fight? The body betrayed the soul of the man, its needs, its wants, its endless demands. I'm hungry, I'm cold, thirsty too. What the hell am I supposed to do? And once I added increased demands, such as oxy and booze and some drugs or two, the demands got twisted and took control. The physical creature has no soul. The voice in my head, it screams to me, "Stop, it's not who you need to be. There is more to you than just this shit. There is more to you than one more hit. There's a trinity in life we must find, the body, the heart, and the mind. Once you do, there is no more fight, for all of life will be a delight." There it is. I hope you liked it. But anyway, that's kind of how I felt um, when I first hit the street. Wasn't easy. It wasn't sexy. It was a nightmare of bad choices and endless failure. And so I decided to write it. Being homeless is a hard thing to be because what you've done by doing that, by ending up there, is alienate everybody you grew up with, everybody that loved you until you became this person. For their own good, has to leave you behind. And some people will never understand that and they'll have resentments for that. But don't have resentments for that. If you ever get in a position where somebody's dragging you down, you've got to let that person go for their own good and for your good. You can't save someone if you're drowning, you know? And that's what happens. We're trying to save the guy that's drowning, but we're drowning worse. He should be trying to save us, but he can't because he's drowning. So we try to save each other and we're both drowned together. Let's not drown together. Let the people go that don't have place in your heart or in your life. They may have places in your heart. I know my mom loved me and my dad loved me and my brother and sister loved me, but they couldn't take it anymore. And how rude is it of me to inflict my life upon them? To be in a position where they have to sacrifice just for your stupidity. And that isn't right. We've got to get past our own selves, but at the same time find ourselves. It's an incredible dichotomy that we face. First of all, center yourself, as we've talked about before. You've got to find your center. Once you find your center, the light inside you will be able to will be able to contact, will be able to receive the information that's out there. It's floating everywhere right now. It's so thick you can feel it, you can smell it, you can see it. The people are dividing into two separate groups, the good and the evil. And I'm not going to say which is which. It's not my place. I feel when I'm doing the right thing. I think most people know when they're doing the right thing and when they're not doing the right thing. Because I always knew when I was fucking up. I just I had a thing in my head where I was falling down a hole and there was reeds on the side of it that I could grab and save myself, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to throw my head back and my arms back and just fall and let it go until I hit the bottom every damn time. Because unfortunately, it's not an endless pit, or fortunately. I don't know how you want to look at that, but you do hit the bottom. And that's when change starts. You can't force people to get well. You can't ask a crazy person, do you want to go to a crazy house? It's not going to work out. You have to give them a chance. And by giving them a chance, you have to get them into rehabs and get them into a place where they can have a chance to heal. I don't consider rehab a great option. Their success rate's like 10% on any kind of long-term success, but at least there's a percentage chance. Without it, you got no chance. You're just going to die out here. And I watch it every day. I don't film it because it's so sad, and I don't want it. I don't want it in my thing. You know, it's a very negative place to be, and so I don't choose to go take you down there. When we go into coffee at Konos, you'll meet some of my friends, but they're battling like everybody else, but they haven't totally thrown everything away. And some of them are just cowboys that gone to the end of the earth, and that's as far as they go. So they're just gonna stay there and chill. They don't have any interest in getting jobs or doing any of that. They don't care if anybody gives them anything. They take care of themselves. But bottom line is, we've got to be able to let those people go when we have to, and for their own good. Because as long as someone was there to bail my ass out, I never got better. If I went to jail, every time I knew I went to jail, every time I screwed up bad enough to get my hands in handcuffs, I knew my mom was going to be there. She was going to bail me out. And that sucks because an addict doesn't know that he's taking advantage, but I did. I know I did. Over and over again, let me have one more chance, one more chance, one more chance. It's your shit. When you're at the bottom, you start that one more chance. It looks good to the people who love you, get excited about it. Like, yeah, maybe he's going to do it this time. And then just disappoint them again. At some point, I had to walk. I had to get away from my family so that my crazy bullcrap didn't infect or influence their lives anymore. It's just not the thing I wanted to do. And then I had cousins and nephews and nieces and stuff that I didn't want to influence them either, because it turned out I did. I influenced people that I loved. My kids. My kids were definitely affected by my life. You know, one one God had enough mercy to take home, and the other one he's still working with. And so am I, and so is everyone around. We love our family. We don't want them to succeed. And when you see them suffering, especially because of things that you did, it hurts. It really does. It breaks your heart. And being our demo, we've all had kids, and we've got most of my demos probably got grandkids now. We've seen it. We've watched it. We've watched life develop right before our eyes. And we saw what happened when this occurred in a child's life and how it ended up affecting them. We know. We've watched it. I've watched it twice now. I watched my kids do it. Now I'm watching my grandkids do it. And humans are very predictable. The one good thing about human nature is it's predictable. That's why they can write all these prophecies because we're very predictable people. But again, and I'm going to say it 1,000 times because here's the point that happens. You got to remember this. And I don't do religion, as you know. I don't. What I do is spirituality, research, study, look at every angle, because I like to hear from an atheist too. How do you believe in no God? How do you believe in nothing more than yourself? What a horrible thought to me that is. I need the hope. I need the hope that there's something better than where I'm certainly sitting. And there is. Right here on earth alone, as soon as I find my place, it starts coming together. I had to set aside the childish behavior and set aside the childish actions to grow into a man. And that took me till I was about 60 years old. Geez, it didn't come the first time or the second time or the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 20, 30, 50, 60th time. It took 60 years for me to pull my head out of my ass enough just to even talk to you. I had no interest in talking to people, sharing with people. Why? People suck, mostly. But that's not necessarily true either. There's some great humans out there. There's some bad humans out there. And the bottom line is, what I'm telling you is, it's time to make a decision on who the hell you are and start acting accordingly. I believe that we're all higher beings. What we are now is an infant in the overall celestial world that's out there. And I don't know if you get your body back or you don't get your body back. That's a religious argument. We don't need to argue about what is next. What we need to worry about is ourselves and being the best me I can be. And the best me I can be is going to make a communication with my Father every freaking day. No matter what the fuck's going on, I'm going to get on my knees. And that's the hard part, dude. Trust me. That was the hardest thing in the world. Bowing down to anything. I will not bend a knee to anybody, I say. But guess what? I had to humble myself and kneel down. And once I did that, I began to get answers. And my coma flooded me with answers because when I went into the coma, I didn't go into like a heaven, or I didn't see light, or I didn't see anybody that was talking to me. I knew without words what I was watching. From the beginning of time, where I had questions of who the hell is Adam and Eve. Exodus is a huge question to me, but I checked into it, and there's so much truth. It's hard. It's hard through the noise and through the confusion, because bottom line is the other side. Call him Lucifer. That's just because what I call him, because that's his name. I saw him. I know who that man is. Um, those things just, he's always trying to confuse us. And the religion's a great example. Taking something that was made to be beautiful and turning it into something that's confusing. And that's what life tends to want to do to you. And let's give it a name. His name's Lucifer. He confuses us. And he's got two tools. He understands us because he was there when we were made. He understands us because he argued with God that he didn't like us. He wants us destroyed. We're nothing more than just cockroaches to him. And he treats us like it. Everything he can do to confuse us between ourselves, to make me not like you because the color of your skin, the religion you go to, where you were born, whatever. There's no reason for any of it. We've got to stop it, and we've got to get back in line and do what we're supposed to do, because again, I know personally time is short. And like I say, when I passed away, I saw all this. I didn't see God. I didn't see heaven. I just saw truth, because that's all I've ever asked for. The book I'm writing now is called The Iron Rod. And the iron rod of truth is real. There is a truth going through this whole thing. And unfortunately, the darkness of Lucifer has tried to and worked hard and succeeded greatly at screwing up our thoughts. It's screwing up our opinions and making us give our opinions to other people like we have some say in their grand scheme. We don't. Let's worry about our grand scheme, because we're the ones that's going to stand before the Lord on Judgment Day, while Lucifer stands over there and tells what a piece of shit you are and how you should be destroyed because humans are terrible. Worst thing God ever done was make a human, and then tell him that he can be eternal. Oh, that pissed Lucifer off big time, dude. Trust me. He threw a fit. And he threw such a fit that God threw him out. And it's not God, it's the creator. There's gods, there's creators. Lucifer's the son of light. That's who these people are. They're real. They fucking lived. I hate to tell you that, because I spent my whole life denying that shit. Oh, that's just fantasy, man. Because I didn't like the whole there's consequences to this. What? There's no consequences to life. Just live it. Throw it out there. Go crazy. So where I lived for a long time. And I do regret it in a lot of ways based on the people that I harmed. I don't regret it for me. I had a great time. It was a party. A fucking straight out party. 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, decades at a time. I do regret hurting people doing that. And I did. A lot of people. And I'm sad for that. But I got to pick up, and that's what Lucifer wants. He wants me to sit here and be sad. That's the greatest thing he can do, and keep confusing me. He keeps throwing weird shit at me. I see it, I feel it, I know it now. It's so weird, because when I came out of that coma, dude, I could see it clear as day, the good and the evil. People you think are good are not good. Some of them are very evil, and some people that you think are bad are very good. The upside down cross says a lot, because everything's been turned upside down. That's what he wanted. We got to not give it to him. Take it back. Take you back. You're not fighting him, you're fighting you. He's using you to fight you. That's how tricky this sucker is, man. Don't let him beat you. Let's not do that. We're the best. We are higher beings. We are going to be eternal. No matter what, which side you end up on, you're still going to be eternal, continuing eternal. You already are eternal. You're living eternity right now as we speak. So don't let life kick you in the ass. Don't get to a point where you're sitting at homeless writing poetry. That was a horrible thought. It wasn't cool. It wasn't fun. And being homeless sucks. The good part of my life was the surfer part. Hey, when you're homeless on the beach, you got nothing better to do than surf. And even in my 50s, I was still surfing 8 hours a day. Why? I had nothing else to do. But that was a healthy, strong thing to do. I think it helped my body, even through all the drugs and alcohol and all that crap. I kind of contradicted it with a lot of exercise, but it was fun exercise. I didn't go to the gym. Oh, I did go to the gym a lot, but I, swimming and surfing keeps you in shape. Ask the 80-year-olds. They're still out there, dude. They haven't stopped. Christian, I mean, God, look at Kelly Slater. Jesus Christ, man, the guy's my age. I met that kid back in PB when he used to run the surf school for the Horowitz family. If you're a surfer, you know who the Horowitz family is. If you're not, you don't. Tough shit. Figure it out. I'm not telling you. That's my research. Now, I grew up with these people, so I got to know them. And they were great. Spy glasses. You ever hear of them? Yeah, the Horowitz made those. They live in a VW van, dude. They had no material possessions. They weren't raised that way. They ended up doing okay because, just as they came up, surfing went through the roof. All of a sudden, everybody's making money as a surfer. Boy, I was so bummed I missed that boat, dude. Because I really, really would still love to be getting paid for surfing, or at least like being an organizer, a anything. It would have been cool. But I'm not. No, I'm just a homeless surfer. Still love surfing. But, continuing on, we just need to continue forward. I want to share with you the need to center and talk to your creator. That's all it takes, man. A conversation, a personal, soul sought conversation. Not one like you'd have with your preacher where you're making excuses or telling bullshit, whatever. I mean, a real soul opening experience where you will change the entire concepts of your life. Your head will clear, your heart will clear. You'll start feeling and seeing the bad from the good. And it's time. I hate to tell you guys, but it is time. The world is following suit. Like I said, I'm not a preacher. I'm not a scriptorian, but I've read Daniel and a few other things like that. And guess what? We're there. Ask anybody. Ask any theologian. Any biblical scholar will tell you this book is almost over. And when that book's over, we're done as far as this part goes. The end of time will be the end of this part. So don't freak out. It's not a bad thing. It's going to be crazy. There's some shit coming. We still got to go through what do they call that? Oh my God. I can't remember what they call that shit. The tribulations. We still have to go through tribulations. We're just getting started. You thought COVID was bad? Wait to see what's next. Wait to see when nuclear bombs start falling out of the sky and destroying entire communities with fire. It's going to happen. And my dad always said, and I wish he was here to talk to, because he's the one guy that always knew this shit was going to happen. He always tried to share it with me. And for some reason, I just didn't want to hear it. And I'm sure a lot of you don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to be told anything. And I get it, because neither do I. Even at this moment in time, I'll just do the shit I know to do. But hey, we got this YouTube thing. We popped up on here and started talking. Oh, hell. I kind of like it. I'm finding that some other people like it too. So I'm always here. We're going to get going the end of the month. Let's go back to the business side that we've been working with here, on the motivational, spiritual side. We're coming out, man. April 1st is going to be, or the first week in April will be the first Coffee at Konos. It's going to be a live stream, and we're going to have different segments. It's going to be more like a variety show that's currently on, but more cool, more in your face on the street. Fuck you. This is the way it is. I don't care if you don't like it. Kind of mentality, because that's who the hell we are. But you're going to meet a lot of good dudes they might be homeless, they might be poor, they might not have two nickels to rub together, but they got bigger hearts than most people I know. And they'd give you the last two nickels in their pocket that they were rubbing together if you asked them. That's how great they are. I got people I know that are multimillionaires, they wouldn't give you a freaking nickel or a penny, but maybe you haven't earned it. So I don't know. Greatest thing in the world you can say to yourself is two things. My bad. I don't know. Because you don't. I love you guys. I love my mom. I love this life. And I'm looking forward to living it out, man. I'm living it out. Keep walking that road. When bumps come along, understand that when you get over that bump, there's a downhill side to it. Life is that way. It's going to be that way. And if you don't think that, you're just going to piss yourself off. And everyone around you is going to piss you off more because they're enjoying themselves. You ever notice when you're in a really shitty mood, how happy people just piss you off? Oh, I get there a lot. How dare they be happy? I'm not fucking happy. How do they get to be happy? And there's a lot of more people like that out there than there is the ones that are happy. Looking down on people that are happy. I see it downstairs, man. I go down. I'm a happy guy. I come out with my little dog, say good morning to everybody, happy and full of joy. Boy, do I love how it pisses people off. They look at you all. Who pissed in your Cheerios this morning, motherfucker? Anyway, don't want to be stretching it out. We're keeping down to 22 minutes. That seems to be a magic number. And it's good because my football number is 22. So pretty cool, huh? Again, you guys, I got the books coming out. They're on the buy me a cup of coffee page. I'm not trying to get rich doing this, but I would like to be able to get off welfare and support myself by writing and talking and doing what we're doing, because these are things that I can do. And I think I got some experience to talk with you about. So hang with me. Hang with yourself. Love yourself first. If you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. If you don't have honor for yourself, you can't honor anybody else. If you don't have respect for yourself, you can't respect anybody else. So remember to find what you need so that you can then share it with others. Because what makes you special, no one else has. You're it. So know that. And whatever you have to give this earth, please find it and give it, because God knows we need it. We need it now. I love you guys. Hang loose. I'm going surfing today. We got the Santa Anas. Peace.